Welcome to Divine Heart of Wisdom podcast, the space where biblical truth meets real life situations. I'm your host, Alicia, and here we challenge ourselves to face life's hardest moments, embrace accountability, and grow in wisdom and maturity. Today's episode is for all the parents, grandparents, and even caregivers out there. We're talking about something every parent has wrestled with, and that is balancing high expectations with grace and humility. As parents, we want what's best for our kids. We want them to succeed, thrive, and be the best versions of themselves. But sometimes in our efforts to push them towards greatness, we forget to acknowledge their efforts and emotions. And in those moments, we miss the opportunity to model the humility and grace we want them to carry into the world. Imagine that. Hypocritical much, huh? How can we expect something of our children that we're not doing ourselves? Let me share a personal experience. When my son was in middle school, he brought home a report card with 6 A's and 1 C. And you know what I did? I focused on that C. I totally disregarded the A's simply because the A's met my expectations. But that C was not on my list. No, so it needed to be talked about. My God. I was so upset, not because he wasn't trying, but because I had a specific expectation in my mind. Can you believe that? I didn't stop to celebrate his hard work in all those other subjects. I zeroed in on the one area where I thought he could do better. Later, I realized my mistake. I had overlooked his effort, his emotions, and his need for encouragement. I felt like a horrible parent, I tell you. So I muzzled up and I apologized to him, not just because I was wrong, but because I wanted to model humility and accountability. That moment taught me that parenting isn't about perfection. It's about connection, correction, and growth for both the parent and the child. We can learn to be a mirror to our children. The Bible gives us incredible wisdom on parenting. Ephesians 6 verse 4 says, "Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord." Hallelujah. This verse reminds us to lead with love, not frustration. And Colossians 33 verse 21 says, "Fathers, do not embitter your children or they will become discouraged." You see, when we focus only on where our children fall short, we risk discouraging them. And I know that's not what we intend to do. But when we balance correction with grace, we build them up instead of tearing them down. Imagine we are doing what is necessary to build our children into becoming. Humility is essential in parenting because it teaches our kids that it's okay to make mistakes, and that includes us as parents as well. Here's why it matters. It builds trust. When we apologize to our children, we show them that we value their feelings and opinions. It models accountability. Kids learn how to take responsibility by watching us. If we want them to own their actions, we have to own ours first, right? It strengthens relationship. Grace and humility creates an environment where kids feel safe to be themselves. Do you want to have your kids feeling safe where they can express themselves? Here are 3 ways to balance expectations with grace. 1, pause before responding. When you're upset with your child, take a moment to reflect. Are you responding to their behavior or to your own expectations? 2, acknowledge their efforts. Even when correcting your child, celebrate what they're doing well before you dictate. Apologize when you're wrong. If you've hurt your child with your words or actions, own it. A simple, heartfelt apology can go a long way. So, hear what? This week, I encourage you to reflect on your interactions with your children. Are there areas where you've been too focused on perfection and not enough grace? Is there a moment when you need to apologize? Remember, parenting is about more than just discipline. It's about shaping our hearts, including our own hearts. Thank you for joining me on the Divine Heart of Wisdom podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with another parent or caregiver who might need encouragement today. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode in our accountability series. Until next time, let's grow in wisdom and love together. Bye.